It's time for Measure Twice.
Welcome to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Customer Modeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential. And you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. We are brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops. With the showroom now open in Granger next to C. Kramer Interiors. And Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. Welcome aboard. Yeah, there's a thing on, have you seen the thing on Netflix called Shipwreck?
No.
And it's I think it's called Shipwreck. But it's basically, it's like ESPN's 30 for 30, only with like disasters and poor decisions. And there's a cruise ship one.
Oh, is that the one?
Poop Ship?
Yeah. I haven't seen that one.
That's a series. Like Poop Ship's just one of they have all kinds of wacko.
It's a cruise ship that lost power.
Yeah.
And then then a storm came out and it blew them off course.
Yeah. It was supposed to be 4 days. They spent 8 days.
Oh, man.
With no services.
No service. No service. No light, no plumbing, no running water. It's enough to keep me off the cruise. I don't know why I brought that up. Because it doesn't really have anything to do with what we're talking about.
We talked about bathrooms or what?
But it kind of like you lose your amenities, and especially if you like expect them. You go on vacation, you expect like,
oh yeah,
don't you expect
you
a little
cruise?
extra, right?
You go on a cruise,
especially on a cruise. You've been on a decent amount of cruise.
Two.
I mean, they do take care of your every need, right?
Pretty much.
I mean,
for a fee.
Yeah, but you pay the fee, so it's okay to expect it. It's not like you're demanding something and you're not like the people on an airplane. It's like, give me an extra biscotti, Like,
how about an extra bag of peanuts?
Give me one more.
One more.
Little less ice in that water. Which I don't understand.
Yeah, well.
What were you going to say?
Going down a rabbit's hole here. You ask for a drink and they give you half of the can.
Yeah.
Here we go. It's like
where's the rest of it? Can I have the rest of the can?
Have the whole can?
The first part quenches my thirst. The second part I enjoy.
Yes. Yeah. It's like you on that tight of a ship?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it does fit, though, because like I was thinking about new home building, like interest rates are supposed to adjust. There's scarcity. Supposed to. Who knows? But home building will start rebounding first, right? Like because that's where you see the start in the market, right? The houses that are already there are being bought and sold all the time, but new home building is an indicator, of stuff. So it got me thinking. It's been a while since we talked about it, but what are some of the musts that are in a new home that have transpired over the past few years? There are a lot of things that have become way more common now than there were just 5 years ago. And I can give you I took my glasses off because I forget that I wear glasses. For example, heated floors, a lot more common than before.
Throughout or just in bathrooms?
Throughout. I mean, that's according to my resources online. But what are some of the things that you feel are kind of like if you're building a house, this is something that if you grew up in the 70s or 80s or early 90s, you didn't have, but now it's like you should have it.
Boy, yeah.
70s, 80s.
Well, 70s, everything's changed. But I'm just saying, let me give you another one. Dog bathing station.
That's definitely more common.
Way more common now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a must.
It's not.
It's not a must. But I didn't want to let all the cats out of the bag, so to speak.
Cats don't use dog stations.
You want to see something pathetic.
Yeah.
A bathed cat.
Yeah.
Would be very, or dual workspaces in a kitchen. That one caught me off guard. Like I never even thought of that because in my mind, you just have one person cooking in a kitchen.
Not necessarily, I guess. Evidently not.
No, But when you've mentioned the triangle or like the
work triangle.
The work triangle. This is a kitchen with 2 of those.
Interesting. Oh, dual. Got it.
Yeah.
So multiple of all of the appliances too, or
no? Basically, it's saying
just like dual workstations.
Yeah, it's basically dual. Yeah, just stations. Like you're, like you have a food prep sink, but you also have like a wash sink, which that's not uncommon
No.
to have like the little
sink or
yeah, but complete with like garbage disposal and they were talking about the extra like dishwasher. So like there'd be a main dishwasher, but then one for like just glasses,
like a drawer.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's more common because I'm actually in my neighborhood. I'm seeing that, like it's not a very big house. But
Well, some of these things become more common because they're not as expensive because they're more widely available now.
How do they get so like the appliance comes down, but when you're installing like a drawer dishwasher, is it a super hassle? Is it like it seems to me like it would be a big hassle.
Not if you're prepped for it.
Yeah, not long as you know that's what's going in
on a new build.
Yeah,
it's
even a remodel.
Yeah,
if you're putting in new cabinets,
you can account for it.
You account for it. Yeah,
I think one of the big things are the refrigerated drawers too.
Not on here, Chris. See, that's why I do this. That's not on my list.
But that's to me almost more common than the drawer dishwasher.
Explain what you mean by a refrigerated drawer.
It's a refrigerated drawer. You open it up. It's great for like drinks and things of that nature.
It's like the ice box.
Yeah. Yep. It just pulls out, and kids, if you have kids and you put their juice boxes or whatever in, this easy access.
No, man, you got to put those in a place that they can't get to. Otherwise, you're not going to have.
That's true.
You're going to have a bunch of half-drink juice boxes.
I've actually had more requests for refrigerator drawers than I have for.
How big are they, Chris? Are they milk bottle tall or are they?
No. They're about just a drawer size. I can't remember the exact dimension of them,
but like not super deep. I was thinking like
yay by yay.
He's holding up his hand. We're on the radio, Chris. But you're saying like just like regular 8-9 inch drawer.
Yeah, and then
type.
But it's refrigerated.
And then
for snacks. And
so you're not putting like a gallon of milk in there.
No,
you're putting like cans or
you're right. Cans
stuff like that,
juice boxes or small items,
bottled water or something like that. And maybe not. What is it?
Microwave drawers?
Oh yeah, I do those all the time.
Those are far more.
So here's and I have direct feedback from when we talk about microwave drawers. People who have never seen one cannot visualize it.
Yeah,
cannot visualize it. So, what do you
have to
describe a microwave drawer?
It's a drawer.
I get it with the microwave in it, but what does it look like? Because that's what people get.
It pulls out, so you pull it out like a drawer. Doors on the top.
Your controls. I have mine at home has a control that flips. You flip it open. You get the open button. The microwave opens automatically. It has a stainless steel trim around it. But it's the microwave drawers are designed to fit into a cabinet, not under your range or sitting on a counter. So it's a space saver.
Right. And then the drawer style, though.
You can pop popcorn in it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry.
They're fantastic.
It's like you took your microwave and set it on its side so that the lid opens. On its back, sorry. So the lid opens towards the ceiling and you place the food directly.
The whole microwave, the front opens and you've got your cavity to put your popcorn or whatever you're warming up. Hit the automatic close button, set your timer.
And that's how it goes. I'm telling you, that is a question that I get, and I'm going to explain it's like it's on its back, and you set your food in it.
Yeah, it's a drawer.
It comes out like a drawer,
right?
And it's pretty convenient. And people are like, "Well, why would I want to lose my drawer space to a microwave?"
I would argue that it looks better than the microwaves over the range.
Or just sitting on a counter.
Or remember the old days when they would
make a box
and slid it in the box on a. So this is a little bit more finished, and usually a lot of times we put them in an island or something but they're less conspicuous.
Right.
They're actually, to me, they're more of a space saver.
And a little easier to clean.
A lot easier to clean.
Because it's right there. You're not like,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm not the tallest guy in the world, so.
But they're very convenient.
Yeah.
It's not a crazy, because people kind of, if you've never heard of it, it does sound bizarre.
Yeah.
You know, like, because for how many years have microwaves been over the stove?
Yeah.
You know, like.
Not anymore. Don't have to be.
No. Matter of fact, everything goes away like that. When we come back, we'll talk about some more space savers that are kind of interesting.
Cliffhanger.
Yes. Don't go away. We'll be right back. This is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Joel Graber from Graber Customer Modeling and Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply, everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops, with the showroom now open in Granger right next to C. Kramer Interiors, and Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. If you want a tap dance floor put in your house, you can go to Hoosier. They'll figure that out. You can do a little soft shoe. They can figure that out. Although Leatherman Supply, they're pretty much a one-stop. You can get a lot done shopping at that place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Including the cliff hang, probably, that I was doing, because this is something that my wife, she doesn't complain about it, but it is kind of a hassle. You know, when you use a mixer a lot, not a Sir Mix-a-Lot, you know what I'm saying. Sorry. I couldn't help it. It was just standing there. But, you know, if you're using a mixer, making, you know, like your mom, Joel, that thing isn't light.
No.
And it's not allowed to stay on the counter.
Those things are heavy as all.
They're heavy. And you need to have a heavy one or you break them.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I was actually talking to Joel's mom about that. Like, if you're deciding to bake, you need to get a heavy one, because you'll just go through a hand mixer and you'll burn them out.
The convenience of those mixers are fantastic.
Oh my goodness. But they're heavy.
Yeah.
And they're awkward. They're top heavy.
Yep.
They're just awkward.
You forget to lock it, and then you try to pick it up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. How about catching your finger in that joint?
Oh, man.
I've not done that.
I've done that. It's not good.
Oh, man.
You lose. It's make a grown man.
Tear up just a little bit.
Just a little. You just get a little holding that curse word in.
Yeah.
But they make all kinds of crazy innovations to move those things around.
They have a lift.
They have a lift. They have the drawer, or the so you have a cupboard here on a pantry, but it's in the pantry, and you fold down the thing and slide it out. Seen that? That's what my wife wants. But that's almost a necessity after a while.
Yeah, it depends on how much baking you do. If you do a lot of baking, you've got to have those conveniences. I
know somebody. I bet Joel's mom bakes every other day.
Yeah.
I would think every other day. And it's a giant, she's got a beautiful mixer, but it's got to weigh 40 pounds.
Yeah.
She lugs it around, though.
It keeps her young.
Just saying, a son who's pretty handy with a saw and a hammer.
Well, her husband, too.
I was going to say,
come on. But there's all you can Google in 10 seconds and find many different. Then there's the one where I saw one that it folds, that goes upside down. Better lock that. Yeah. But it turns like the.
I don't like that one.
I don't either. I feel like you're asking for something to break at that point.
It doesn't sound convenient to me.
It's way too complicated of a mechanism.
Sounds like
you're going to have issues.
Some engineer, But I'm just saying, for example, there's some that flip. There's the one that what's the one you said when we first started where
It's a pull out.
It's
Yeah.
a
lift.
lower cabinet.
Yeah, it like assists.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you say pull out though, what's it? Is that the telescoping, like the hydraulic arms, like the how's it assisting it?
No, typically it's more like a hinge, like a really heavy, and usually it has some sort of spring mechanism with it.
Springs, because it's
got to be able to handle that weight.
Yeah.
over and over and over again. I think the flip up counter, you're asking for wear and tear that eventually that's not going to work.
Yeah.
Eventually you're going to, whereas the pantry version or that slides out, there's only two things going on. It's like that folds down, this slides out, done. The lift, it's just the spring that brings it up and then pulls it down. If something happens there, you just put a new spring mechanism in. I mean,
I'm waiting for the lift system that you can put underneath, and then you just push a button and it comes up
It
through
raises
the
it.
counter.
I'm sure
that's got to exist, Chris.
Sure it's
TVs come out of the counter.
Yeah, so why can't a mixer?
Yeah,
exactly.
It's really, but I don't think that's frivolous. I think if you're baking, I think that's, I think that's something, because those mixers in the KitchenAid ones are heavy and they just get heavier from that.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty important. The other thing I saw in here were task lighting in the kitchen. Like we talk about that all the time. The under cabinet.
Yeah. That's
lighting.
become like
That's almost normal.
It's normal. That's what I'm saying. Like, but
almost like a baseline.
But it didn't exist
exactly
years ago.
And really it's LEDs that kind of.
Yep.
Yeah, because before that it was the pucks that were the halogen.
They get 1,000 degrees or some
and then
crazy
trying to
thing.
change the bulbs that was a nightmare. And then
Right.
before that it was the fluorescent
Yeah.
tube that you just stick up under.
Yes.
But yeah, no, that's not just but in cabinet lighting and toe kick lighting.
Toe kick lighting and in cabinet is another thing that's on the list. Like,
Well, now they have. I don't know if you've seen them, but you open the drawer and it has the LED inside the drawer itself.
that's on the list, right?
Fantastic.
So does that lighting go on the back of the drawer? Where is the lighting?
Oh,
They can't tell you.
now Leatherman
That's
Supply has it
proprietary.
on display in their showroom, and it is awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and it just automatically comes on when you open
You
the
open
drawer.
the drawer and the lights come on, and you can see everything in your drawer, and it's like, man, this is brilliant.
I think when I was 22, I'd be like, why the heck do you need that?
When you're 67, you need it.
All of a sudden, yeah, like things are less crisp.
Yes.
You
don't think about it until you see it.
look, when you turn a certain age, your eyesight is equivalent to when you're like 3 drinks in at the bar. Like that's what
Not
happens.
quite.
I'm not saying your judgment, just your eyesight.
My eyesight, no, I still think I have good eyesight. Well, only with my glasses on. But what happens to our eyes is our eyes yellow. As we get older.
And that light helps us filter out.
Oh, but you can see inside the drawer, and it's like, again, going back to LED, it's changed everything.
Yeah.
So while I was in the rabbit hole doing this research, I got caught up in this very thing, and I'm like, really, it seems like a luxury, but the research says that when you have adequate light, you are more at rest.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that.
You're not,
You're not straining.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's a lower stress on your body to try to recover. That's why sunlight, you feel so like kind of energized. Well, part of it's because you see really well.
That's an interesting point, because when I opened the drawer that was lit, it was like, oh,
yeah. And
you felt
don't know
good
it.
about it. If you
don't know
felt
it
good
till you see it.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I can see everything in here. The light is it just felt better.
Right. And it feels frivolous until you have it and you're like, well, this is definitely.
Well, it's kind of like soft closed drawers. Think about it. That's a fairly recent innovation.
It really is.
It's really revolutionized the way husbands and wives argue with each other.
Yeah.
Try and slam a drawer now. You can't. You just can't.
I'm so mad at you.
You can't make a statement with a drawer anymore.
But it's so funny, because when you're used to them and you go someplace that doesn't have them and you actually accidentally slam it,
Yeah.
because you're
Right.
They don't have it, so you give it a little bit. It's like, whoa, I forgot.
You've
They don't have
adjusted all the silverware in there.
it. Like, man, what's the matter with these people? They don't have soft close drawers.
Joel, that's pretty common, right?
It's a
The
standard
soft close-
anymore.
It is standard.
It's pretty standard now, right?
You'd have to ask for them not to be,
Yes, right.
Right.
and I don't know why you would do that.
I don't know either because it is.
But it was
pretty
used to
convenient.
be an add-on. You had to
Yeah.
ask for it. And there was only like doors, and then it became the drawers.
Well,
so
like the doors, it started with a mechanism that was placed in beside the hinges that would catch it because the hinges weren't actually soft close.
Now the hinge itself,
Yeah.
and it is pretty, remarkable when you go to a place that doesn't. I'm thinking when we go on vacation at the shore, it's an older house, so they don't have it, and all you hear is ding. My father-in-law like slam it. He's not doing it on purpose. He's doing it because
yeah, psychologically,
Yeah.
you forget.
right, and you get used to that.
But you can buy soft close mechanisms for if you don't have it, you can add it.
Yeah.
Right.
But if it's an Airbnb, you're not going to do
No,
that.
yeah, we're just
It's their problem.
yeah. I feel like there's a certain generation that would be like, I don't need that. It's almost like I want to sneak into like my in-laws' house and like put all these in, because so they could see like, oh my goodness, I don't need readers to find.
Well, it's kind of like anything else. Once you have it, you don't want to go back.
Right.
Right.
You don't want to go backwards. When we come back, though, the next innovation, and it is a cliffhanger. This is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graver from Graver Custom Remodeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk, 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops, with the showroom now open in Granger right next to C. Kramer Interiors and Hoosier Hardwood Floors. Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You could visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. This is kind of right up Leatherman Supply's alley, what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
They do kind of all this stuff. But this next one, maybe not, because this was not common until recently to me. I'm trying to think, and it's the upstairs laundry room, right? That's pretty much the thing now, right?
You mean like wherever the bedroom is?
Wherever the bedroom is. Sorry. Yeah, main level. Thank you for the correction, Joel.
Yeah.
That main level laundry room. Think about, like, growing up, they were never
Everything was
convenient.
It was in the basement.
Yeah. It was like where the water would go if it leaked.
Right.
Is where that you put essentially that's what they're doing. Or remember you'd have like laundry chutes, which are still a thing, right?
Yep. Not like you're not putting them in a new build.
I was just going to say, I haven't seen a laundry
People
chute in
would
a new
have to-
build.
No.
People would have to ask for that.
But yeah, it's laundry rooms on the main area. That's just, you generate the majority of your laundry in the bedrooms.
Yeah,
So- Bathroom, bedrooms.
except for Joel, because he doesn't wear clothes at his house, apparently.
Nope.
Just, it's all epoxy walls.
Yep.
And that's,
Those poor kids.
yeah.
They grew up real
They're
fast.
scarred.
They grew up real fast.
But the main level laundry, you're right. That's where you generate the stuff.
Right.
Right. So even the closer to,
It just makes sense. You want to me, you want the washer dryer closest to the proximity of where you're generating your laundry.
absolutely. And then kind of like they're coming a long way on the washer dryer being the same unit.
Oh, don't do many of those.
But they're coming around.
They're expensive right now. I mean, it's something that they do a lot in Europe.
Yeah, I was going to say Europe has
Lot of-
had them for years.
and cities, so Chicago, New York.
It's a space saver.
Yeah. And there used to be garbage, like real garbage. Like they're tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they've got a big drum and, it's a little bit different scenario. But I think when that technology comes around, I don't know that you'll see separate units after that. I really don't.
I think it's going to be a while.
I
You're
know.
calling it in 5 years. We'll be doing this, and we'll be talking about that.
Yeah, and I will say, remember when? Because I know somebody that got one and they paid a lot of money for it. A lot.
Oh yeah,
Like a lot. It's phenomenal. It does everything that.
I've used them before.
Yeah, the only thing that
It was complicated. It was tricky figuring it out.
the only thing that he doesn't like about it, which made him get a different. His kids play a lot of soccer, so they get a lot of that. It's funky. It's a funky sport. You sweat a lot. And he's like, this other like Whirlpool, LG, they have better athletic washes.
To get the odor out.
Yeah. He's like, this one's like for normal. Like if we were just normal going to work, coming home, he's like, it's the best. And it's in his walk-in closet. So it's like literally right there.
yeah.
But he had to get a different, because he's like, the soccer, it's not working. He had the permeation issue where he was putting clothes in. He's a single dad, so he's figuring stuff out. But he's like, yeah, I learned you don't put the soccer stuff in with the stuff you want to wear to work.
Yeah.
Or else you just smell like you went to a soccer game. You
played soccer.
You
Yeah.
yeah. He's like, I don't know how strong the Tide scent needs to be to get rid of that. But that's something. I think my prediction is we're going to see that. That's going to be the thing.
It could be.
I could see that.
Because that it is.
I mean, the things that you see the biggest strides in are technology.
Absolutely right. That's where in these chairs that we've sat for years and years and years, we always talk about it. A straight joist is a straight joist. A beam is a beam. Like these things are foundational, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But technology's always swinging around.
Technology, accessibility, cost, as things become more popular and
possible,
then
right.
The prices start coming down once the relevancy is there.
And I pick on that washer dryer combination because the ones that really work most effectively are still like pricey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, they're not as in demand. That's part of the reason.
Right. And you'll see, as I got in that rabbit hole researching the show, it's like laundromats are ahead of the curve on that. So there are certain laundromats where that's a thing, and these units are industrial. And I think Can
you get a Speed Queen that does that?
I don't know. I think you can.
I don't know.
I think Speed Queen, because they do commercial.
Yeah. But
that they're fundamentally a commercial.
Well, and their residential machines are basically a commercial machine.
Exactly. Speed. We're not sponsored by Speed Queen, but if you've owned one, they're pretty sweet.
Just in general conversation with a dealer in town, they'll tell me it's the best machine on the market.
Yeah, they just don't. They just work. They don't have problems.
That's what I'm going to get the next time
I'm not scared to charge you for them. Obviously, they're
But the problem is like you like the amount of service that goes into these others.
I didn't think the pricing was bad. I looked at one the other day and it was like, oh, I thought they'd be more than this.
So here's my 2 cents on that. Right, the pricing doesn't look bad, not because Speed Queen is getting less expensive. It's because the other brands aren't really improving their technology. They're just improving their price. They're just charging a little bit more to show up in this search with a Speed Queen. Isn't that terrible?
Yeah.
So it's really like, look hard at it. If you're getting a washing machine that's a 20-year, you could get a 20-year washer still.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's rare.
It's rare. And you do pay for
Any
it.
20-year appliance is rare.
Yeah. The refrigerators don't get us started. We know that they're
8 years max.
Yeah. You don't, you're
I just got that education.
Did you?
I did.
Did you lose your refrigerator?
No. I was helping
He
a
still
client.
has like 2 more years.
I was helping a client select one for their kitchen, and they said they're all about the same, 8 years max.
Right.
Why?
Because of the government's
EPA standard.
If you want one to last, you have to buy a restaurant quality.
Yeah. It has
One.
to do with the
And they're
EPA
ugly.
standards.
Those need to change.
The restaurant ones
Screw
are
the
ugly.
environment.
And
I
loud.
want appliances that last a long time.
Well, think about it. You're paying $2, $3, $4. I think it was like $4,000, and that's 8 years.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They work all day. They never stop working. A
That's true.
refrigerator never
That's true.
never stops.
That's true.
It's just running
24/7.
Right. And then
You don't want it to stop.
you don't no. And there's sound deadening and there's all kinds of other technology that's going into these things that are changing it. Like making it harder on the motor.
Yep.
Not easier. And you're right, with the government, it pulls a lot less electricity. You remember the plug for your refrigerator growing up, looked like you could electrocute an elephant with it.
Yep.
Now it's just
Now you don't even have to have a dedicated line for it. It can just be on your kitchen circuit.
Right. And you could run 2 refrigerators. You know what I mean? It was unheard of to have 2 refrigerators because it would dim the neighborhood. You plug it in and they'd have to throw more coal in the at the power plant.
Well, yeah, I can remember we having to defrost the freezer because it
Remember
didn't have an
that?
automatic defrost.
Exactly. That was a big deal.
It was.
Man.
It really was.
When my grandmother got one of those, I think she wept. I think she was like, I'm going to make sauce.
It took hours.
Yeah, it looked like Siberia in your freezer.
You'd have that door open and collecting the water as it's melting.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was like, I'm not.
Joel's going, what are you talking about?
I mean, I've heard stories.
Yeah. It was tough times. Times.
Yes.
With that refrigerator. My grandmother would tell me that she would have to go get ice as a kid. And
For the icebox.
for the icebox. And they would put it in a wagon and jog home so that it wouldn't melt, because every time, it was melting, that was money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Joel, if you didn't defrost your freezer, your opening would eventually be
You'd be able to put that bag of peas in there. And
That's it. Somewhere in there'd be a bag of peas buried in the Arctic of that thing. But we've come a long way from that.
Yep.
But some of that has a trade-off, right? It works harder
Yep.
now, and that's the components are smaller and weaker and blah blah blah. So one last cliffhanger before we come back.
Before we come back or after we come back?
After we come back. Well, the cliffhanger starts before we come back.
Got it.
And then
Okay.
yeah. So keep listening. This is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling and Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, countertops, doors, and a showroom now open in Granger right next to C. Kramer Interiors and Hoosier Hardwood Floors. Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. If you're building a house, there's some musts. We've gone over all kinds of technology and things that were in houses that weren't, and now are, and we would, we've come a long way. But I think that, the most common upgrade in houses now that weren't there happens behind the walls, really. And I think it's the technology. How is that house wired up? And I think it's pretty common to have your, technology wired into your house. It's pretty common.
Well, it's becoming more and more wireless.
Well, that's where I was going to go. The irony is that wireless is now taking over. So there was this period where you had fiber optics. Oh, this house is wired for fiber optics. That was like a buzzword.
Mm-hmm.
And now you don't need it.
Nope. Nope.
Now you have a bunch of wires in your walls.
Yeah. And there's some conspiracy theorists that say if Tesla had his way, you wouldn't even need wires in your house at all. You just have items that pick up electricity. Isn't that crazy?
The original Tesla? Mr. Tesla?
Yeah, Mr. Tesla.
The genius?
The mad genius.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just meant the automobile.
We don't want people keying the station. But it's really funny how is 220 commonly wired into houses now? Is it a necessity to have 220?
It depends on. Yeah, I mean, like you'll have some stuff that runs off of that, like if you have an electric dryer, or there are certain things like certain times, like so when we do a heat mat for a bathroom, or a tile floor, depending on the size, that has to be wired 220.
Gotcha. But generally now, 220 isn't always necessary. If you have a gas-fed house, like you're running your heat on gas and everything's gas, you may not need it.
So isn't it more common now that everybody has 200 amp service to the house versus 100 amp?
Yeah. Is that more common now?
Uh-huh.
Because of all
the things that we have that run on electricity now?
Yep.
One of the things on the list that I just wanted to address real fast is solar being built in to houses, like just in the build.
Yeah.
I think that's decently common.
It is?
It's not. Let me put it this way. We're splitting hairs here. I don't think you would be surprised, in other words. Meaning, like, I say that and you don't go, never. It's like, well.
No, I'm not saying never. I just don't see it.
It's just possible now. Yeah. That's probably one of the things on the horizon.
Well, it just depends on, like, in our area, does it make sense to do it all like, you're not going to get the sun that you would get on, like, the West Coast or Southwest.
Here's the thing, though. Modern solar
it's been changing.
Yeah, so it takes filtered light. So the clouds that filter the light, it's still using.
I mean, the technology still isn't there to make it, in my opinion, completely worthwhile.
Doesn't outrun the worth,
Right.
the expense yet. It still takes so long to pay it back.
It will get there with some of the other technologies that are coming, but
until they can make solar shingles,
they do make those.
I think
they?
Yeah. That's what I'm
the thing.
That's what
I
I'm
don't
going.
like I'm thinking of the panels on your roof.
They're unattractive.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's not a.
And there's no way to make them attractive.
But solar shingles are a thing now.
Yeah.
Solar paint's a thing. Like it's just
Isn't that a bronzer?
Who's that actor that's always super tan? I can't think of his name.
Oh my gosh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't think of it. Hamilton.
Yes.
Hamilton with the mole.
Yes.
He's always like drinking.
And this big smile with all the pretty white teeth.
Yeah.
I wanted to say Alexander Hamilton, but that is
not the guy, not the right Hamilton. But so solar's like on the verge probably of that, and I don't think it's like, big power keeping it away. I think it's really the technology just isn't quite where
for residential use. It's just not there yet.
We see a lot of commercial use. The large expanses of flat roof.
Like, that makes sense because you can hide your panels on the flat roof, and I'm not against it. I'm just like you were saying, it's just not there yet. But it keeps improving. But
when I was in Las Vegas, I saw a building that it was some tech company. But it wasn't like Google or anything. It was like a tech company. And if you look out where their building is, their roof looks like a lake.
Because of all the heat.
The solar panels are there, and they're glassy. Oh,
sure.
And it looks like you're looking at like, man,
because they're reflecting the sky.
Yeah, it looks like a perfectly square lake, and I'm like, that's so odd. And then it's a building, and when I looked that building up, it's also got wind turbines like all around it, and they power their essentials on it. So it's not enough to run a factory,
right?
But they run their, lighting. They have certain things just built into that. And you would think, I think in Vegas, and I think basically on what you said is like when the sun's shining all the time, you kind of think about it more than here,
right?
Even though we could probably use them here, you just don't think about it because it's like, oh, it's going to snow on that. We don't have a good way to get the snow off your solar panel. Other than a broom, and you can't really use a broom because if you damage them, they don't heal.
Right,
You've got to replace them.
Yeah,
probably not there yet. But what I did see, which I thought was cool, were solar panels near windows that like charge your charging stations. And I'm like, okay, well that's a little tacky.
Yeah.
What was cool was on people's decks, they had little solar panels, and so they brought power around the deck. Thought that was interesting. Is that mainstream yet? I don't think it's a must.
Not yet.
No.
I don't think so yet.
But I'm like, it's trying to emerge.
Right.
You know, that's trying to break
I can
through.
see doing things like that where it's convenient for the convenience sake.
Just makes it convenient, right?
And you can dress it up a little bit. I don't know.
You can dress it up.
Yeah.
You can make it. Now I see like bug zappers for your yard are almost all solar.
Yeah.
You don't run power to them. They all just run on solar. And but I did see something that is emerging according to this article. But like the panel systems. So, you know, you go into a house, then you used to see a thermostat. Now there's like a panel. I think that's pretty common. I'm thinking
a panel.
Yeah, like it controls heat, sound. Like it's like a station where everything is. Your smart home can be controlled in a few places. So there might be a master bedroom, one in the kitchen, you know, one in the laundry room. Where
now it's just coming down to one, and then the rest, and then it's an app.
It's wireless. So that's even gone. That came, and now it's gone because you don't need it.
Technology surpassed
so fast.
Yeah.
You still need the home base for it.
You need one base, but before there would be.
Yeah, you'd have a.
So I was saying you'd have 4 places because it's convenient to have.
Right.
Now it's like you have the router or whatever, the one thing, and then your smartphone just handles the rest. Because I when I was doing research, I saw a commercial for like an old commercial. This was an old commercial 5 years ago, right? Not very old. And they were saying, when you come into our home, it was an advertisement for a technology builder, right? When you come into one of our homes, you first approach your iPod station and pick up, or your iPad station. You pick up your own. My guests in my house get their own iPad, and they walk around, and I'm like, you don't even need that anymore. Like that's gone. Yeah, where in previous time periods it took 10 or 15 years for things we get mainstream immediately. Like that's just the way it goes. It's been a great show. Thanks for listening. This has been Measure Twice.
Podcasts by Federated Media.